Hey everyone, your girl is here. So it's just after 9 now. My hair is dried. I didn't include my the water, like I said, at Clearwater. So I will include that here at the end. And also, like I said, and I didn't share, whenever I do my video tomorrow, I will make sure. And I should have included this when I was talking about Lake Erie. I'm definitely going to make sure that I make it a trip worthwhile. Like my trip, just over, well, just over an hour and a half from my current location. So, and you guys obviously saw that I did that as well. So, definitely make them worthwhile trips. Probably be up there like pulling all dayer, kind of thing. So, definitely make my Erie trips next year worthwhile. I also didn't share that I shared the t-shirt because of my video after, well, actually my found more berries with a better outcome, on Tuesday, because, I had shared from last night, I said in that video, and then I was like, oh, I never showed what I meant by, like, parading around. And I meant to actually show that shirt then, for parading around. Yeah, and also, like I said, I didn't draw attention to myself ever, right? Like, I didn't walk down the street waving my hands, right? Because, again, there's one in every crowd. It showed with the guy at the interstate. So there's bound to be one person that says simply wearing it, right, means that I'm drawing attention to myself. Again, there's always those people. And you guys will see my correlation here. Like I said, with the flipping the card 180 here at the end. So anyhow, guys, that's pretty much it. And then also, speaking of the, why does 6 equal 6? Well, because it does. So those usually kind of short responses. It depends on the situation, but most of the time it's for those people who just want simple answers, right? Like the famous one, right? What happens when you die? Well, I mean, you die, right? Those kind of people, right? So yeah. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to go ahead here and get going. I'm going to go ahead here and take my pills and get my snack in me. But yeah, this will be a nice little start for my video tomorrow, which I may or may not post. So yeah, anyhow, guys, I'm going to go ahead now and post my Clearwater films from the bay, and then talk to you guys later.
Getting to be seen, and because I had 5 days of no sleep, and being in total panic, and having night sweats and night terrors, that she looked at me and she said, "I cannot let you leave the office." I knew that something was about to occur that I was afraid of, and I was afraid of how the department and how my family would look at me. What I mean by that, I was put in on a 72-hour mental health hold.
And that video here is just a very brief summary of what I've asked multiple times on my page. So it's like, again, always ask yourself before you hate, how would I feel if somebody flipped the coin 180? I'm hoping to say something to get a destroyed, right, title in my, video or whatever. So it's like, yeah, how would I feel if somebody flipped the coin? And that goes off the, like, what were you wearing that night, right? So it's like, well, I mean, were you mentioning about the 22 a day and going from a frown to a smile when you were talking like that? So again, yeah, right. At that point, you would probably destroy their lungs, and respiratory tracts, and destroy probably about 15% of their SpO2. And they would probably need in need of dire, emergency care, because of no oxygen, because you destroyed, right, their lungs, right, and you knocked the wind, right. Make sure knocked is all caps too,
because that's what we have to do. We have to really tell people how much we hate them. We can't ever just, disagree appropriately. So anyhow, guys, that's the motto of what's coming up here. It's, again, only 4 minutes, but that's not as extreme. I know I have some pretty good followers who like my ideas and stuff that I bring up, and how I help people. Sometimes I have to be pretty stern with the way I help people. Like I said with, like yesterday, the is what it is and will because it is. Those are usually reserved for the people who just want simple answers to complex questions. And obviously that happens, right? It's like, well, I mean, what happens when we die? Well, you die. Okay. Why does 6 equal 6? Well, because it does, right? Kind of thing. So those kind of people, are the kind of people who you would actually do that to. So anyhow, guys, thanks for watching. Nice little addition. Let's get to the rest of today's video, and I will make my, my other video right now.
Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. So it's now later tonight. Just coming on and helping myself with my time for tomorrow. So I just wanted to come on and share that I was actually really, really close. If I could only find a different tool, whatever it would be, to engrave like a plaque and all of that. And then a different tool to cut if it has arms on it. And because it looks like they have something that's similar to like the spindle, right, that spins when you do a clay pot, and how you can mold it as it's spinning. So it looks like something similar to that, obviously, that they have. So if I would be able to find a way, I would be right on. But if not, it would definitely be like 150,000. So it better be, like I said, worth it to make all those trophies. But I'm sure, like I said, there's a way. Because I briefly watched a thing on like how the Emmys and Golden Globes trophies are made, and all of that. So anyhow, guys, I just wanted to come on and make that addition as well, helping my time. I just had a really small snack too, and I've been listening to a couple songs. So yeah, it would definitely be very, very good, guys, to help, like I said, my time. And I'm excited for tomorrow to talk to you guys about how I did. Maybe not at the end of tomorrow, but definitely the next day, so Friday. So anyhow, guys, I'm going to go ahead here and get going. Thanks for watching, and yeah, definitely up around 15 minutes now, so wanted to make on that addition as well, because I already covered the Mount Fiji earlier today. So anyhow, guys, thanks for watching. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So you guys can see I definitely need a cleaning day today. Yeah, and I definitely need a day to get down there next year too. Well, that'll actually be in 3 months in a year. So anyhow, guys, and even my mirror just a little bit. If you look at the right angles. There we go. Yeah. So anyhow, guys, I'm also going to do that today. I have 59.40 at 10:10, so much better than last, not last, it was still this week, my bad, on Wednesday. I'm sorry, Thursday, guys, yes. Because this week, it's Thursday and Saturday. Next week, it's Wednesday and Saturday that I work. So Saturday's constant, it's just one day before. So yeah, you're going before on the 1st. Yeah. Anyhow, guys, so I just wanted to come on and share how the interactions went better. So obviously she took time to show me the proper way, because certain things you have to bake. Obviously everybody knows, like muffins, real simple, right? You can't hardly mess up muffins. It's literally a paper cup, that you pour the batter in. But she showed me the different kind of colors it should be with the ridges. I don't know why my glasses are fogging up for some reason. So she also just told me to just count the different ones that you need, and put them in order too on how you're going to do them. So she said, for example, you can usually fit about 30 on a tray. So she shared, you know, just if you need 150, pull the 6 tray out just a little bit, and then just go get all those. And certain things in the oven take a while longer, like the muffins, so get those done first. And then you should have enough, you know, with the different things that you do, because one, and again, I don't really want to give where I work away, but one of them is a little bit bigger, so you can only fit like 150 on. The other is just a tad bit smaller if you really, really look at it, which again, the other guy didn't really share that, so that was really good to know. You know, because I said, yeah, I was literally counting. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and she's like, no, you don't need to do that going way high up, especially with the how high you're going to be going, because it was well over 100 guys. So she's like, no, it's literally this much on a tray usually. And then there was another really big, a certain thing also has, from the sheet compared to what's on the box, there's actually a word taken off at one part, and then at the other, and it also doesn't match the color. For example, you would think it would be like a yellow label, or no, I think, yeah, yellow is the sour, I think, one. Yeah, and then the orange one is like a French something. Yeah, so that was really, really fun to, you know, have that different side of things. Also, you know, to check other things. Again, I don't really want to give away where I work. But yeah, she said, you know, check those as well. You know, and if you do have any questions, always just ask the manager, because she actually had to put more in. And also too, with the water, when you're doing the different seasonings, you actually had to switch it out, because it was an allergen thing. And she's like, oh, I didn't know that he didn't tell you that. I was like, yeah, whenever I was doing this kind, he said you can just dip it in the water and put it on the tray. And she's like, oh, no. Allergies are big time bad for a lot of people. So when we say there's no trace of even a couple seeds, like, we need to actually mean that. So that was also another really big thing. And then I also learned where a couple other buckets were for certain things, because I ran out at one point. And I think that was and obviously turning a certain thing on as soon as I got there, because again, like, this was my first week, well, last week before my shift here on Thursday, it was a full week. You know, I was never told, and I kind of thought that people would come in the mornings, but no, they don't. So then obviously I had to wait for that to warm up, and fit the molds, you know, because it can't fit the molds until it's, you know, again, I'm trying to think on how to talk about it without saying where I work. So anyhow, guys, I also wanted to see which one I like better. If I like no headband or a headband. I probably like the headband today. Yeah, definitely, guys. Oh my gosh. So then I had a bagel, just cereal and a parfait with only bananas in it this morning, too. So yeah, it was definitely much better working with her, you know, so, but again, I usually, you know, get along better with my own gender, so, yeah, it's always better, you know, experiences for me, yeah, she definitely did a very, very good job. I was very thankful for it, so I'm curious to see how my time decreases, and she even said, yeah, curious to know too. You know, I'll keep an eye out and I'll be listening to see how you did. So I'm feeling really, really excited about it, guys. So anyhow, I don't think there was anything else. I will include the screenshot at the end when I said, because I noticed that actually has been going up, and I have a tendency to believe more that it's actually, right, not part of the video. Because, right, whenever I'm paddleboarding, it can actually be the video that people are watching and not gazing away. So, yeah, I noticed I was like at 35% at one point, and then it went up to like 50. And the 30% were like standing in front of the mirrors and stuff, and laying down, and really just standing in front of you guys too, which I will have to do an updated, dancing in my American flags I can do. There's always something there to remind me when, God, it was just insane. Yesterday, they were just like, gosh. Anyhow, guys, so thanks for watching. But I will definitely include that screenshot like I promised at the end. I was going to do it yesterday, but never did. And the video, and the mentions earlier in this video also go off, and they also go off the, and I didn't know what the heck I was going to say there, so I just cut the film, if you guys saw. I actually did a really good job editing yesterday, and I transitioned it perfectly, because I had one blur in the first bit that I had to do, and if I didn't, like I said, it goes literally the whole entire track. I don't know why you just can't type in from this time to this time. But anyhow, yesterday, though, that was crazy, learning about, literally, 12 hours beforehand, before he got on the flight. And also, it would be a good idea, too, to notice any changes and going down, because obviously he did that earlier in the day. That was his second flight of the day. But yeah, I definitely agree. But they seem to do different than us, right? Because, I mean, we've had how many, right, instances right here in the U.S., right? That clearly could have been extremely big time prevented. And I actually looked up as well, was anybody charged in Lewiston, Maine? And it was only like one person, which is again pretty pathetic, and just creates more tension and creates you fearing for your life every day of the week that ends in Y. Because the Constitution, right, our founding fathers, nobody is above the law, right, period. So yeah, I still think that's stupid that they can just get away, but parents get charged 3 years after the fact. But obviously, again, they haven't had anything big like that, so obviously they do a much better version of prevention than us here in the United States. Yeah. Yeah, so anyhow, guys, just wanted to share that. And I don't know why it took them so long to update, but now their law and rule is the same as the United States, right? For mandated reporters, right? So, if you tell me that you're going to hurt yourself or somebody else, or a child is in danger, right? Like, I need to report it. Mandated reporter, right? So that was really, really cool. I don't know why they didn't have that. And it's like, yeah, just think of it. Like, you wouldn't do it with an imminent health risk at a, fast food chain, right? So it's like, why are you doing that with, again, like I said, with the whole, like, privacy thing? It almost reminded me of the example that I used before, right? It's like, except people should throw an ever-loving fit in those instances, but in other instances, not. It's like, oh my God, I saw your car, and oh my God, I looked in and I saw that you had some eggs. Congratulations, you have also bought some eggs in your lifetime, right? You're no greater than me, right? If you want me to throw an ever-loving fit, I'm not, right? You buy eggs just like me. You need some kind of protein every day. If you refuse to give yourself protein and intake liquids every day, you would be in very bad shape. So it's like, yeah, right? So it's like, only if they applied that instance over there. But again, there hasn't been that many, because again, they take initiative to make the change. Obviously, again, we have seen our nation doesn't do that much. It's very obvious. So anyhow, guys, thanks for watching, and I will get these videos up and talk to you guys later.